Good morning, and I am very pleased to welcome you at this global networking forum that we will have today, and which will be, as usual, an highlight of what we are doing in these spring meetings. And today, the first GNS session that we'll have this morning will be a report on the results of the third International Space Forum that we had at ministerial level, and it took place last November in Argentina, in Buenos Aires. And during this very high-level meeting, we discussed important aspects regarding the role of space technologies for the socio-economic development of the region. And this has been discussed with a number of quite interesting outcomes. And so I would like to report on this discussion, to call on stage the head of international relations of the Italian Space Agency and our IIF Vice President for Science and Academic Relations, Dr. Gabriella Arrigo. So, Gabriella, you have the floor.
So, good morning. So my name is Gabriella Arrigo. I'm responsible for international relations at Italian Space Agency. But today, as Dr. Legal said before, I'm here in my role of the IF Vice President for Science and Academic Relations and Global Networking Forum. My presentation today concerns the International Space Forum initiative. In particular, I will report on the result of the International Space Forum 2018 in Buenos Aires, called the Latin American and Caribbean chapter, and on the perspectives of the upcoming International Space Forum 2019 in Reggio Calabria, Italy, the Mediterranean chapter. The International Space Forum initiative was launched in 2015 by the former IF Vice President for Science and Academic Relations. At that time, the former president of the Italian Space Agency, Professor Roberto Battiston, with the purpose of encouraging a global discussion at ministerial level on the opportunity to involve academia and university in space programs. I have the same mandate since last year until 2020. Indeed, since 2015, IF and the Italian Space Agency coordinate 3 international space fora, and works are in progress for the preparation of the upcoming International Space Forum 2019. The first International Space Forum was organized in 2016 in Trento, Italy, by the IF, Italian Space Agency, and International Academy of Astronautics, with the title Space Science and Academia for Global Challenges. All countries involved in space activities, and in particular members of the United Nations Committee on Peaceful Purposes of Outer Space, were invited at ministerial level to discuss, in particular, 3 main topics, such as climate change, big data management, and Earth protection. 35 countries attended the forum at ministerial level, and 7 international organizations Among them, United Nations Office of Outer Space Affairs and European Space Agency. At end of the forum, all delegates adopted, or better endorsed, the Trento Statement, a sort of manifesto in which the governmental delegations agreed on the opportunity to continue this global discussion involving academia and university. At the same time, the delegations decided to report the International Space Forum model at regional level. In fact, the second International Space Forum was organized in 2017 in Nairobi, Kenya, with the title Space Science and Academia for Sustainable Development in Africa. We called the second International Space Forum in Nairobi the African chapter, as a first chapter of a sort of space word book. It was organized by the IF, Kenyan Space Agency, and Italian Space Agency on three main topics: capacity building, environmental sustainability, and space partnerships. 29 African governmental delegation attended the forum in Nairobi, and other 13 national space agencies and international space organizations. In Nairobi, the delegations adopted also the Nairobi page, a regional space manifesto to be added to the Trento Statement, in which the African countries underline their need of development and their potential benefits from space technology and applications. However, today I would like to, in particular, report on the third International Space Forum organized in Buenos Aires last year, a new space chapter dedicated to the Latin American and Caribbean region. It was a contribution to the regional needs and at the same time to the United Nations Agenda 2030 on the sustainable development. The third International Space Forum was jointly organized by the IF, CONAE, the Argentinian Space Agency, and the Italian Space Agency. 17 Latin American Caribbean countries attended the forum in Buenos Aires, plus 13 national space agencies and international space organizations. In Buenos Aires, the governmental delegations and the delegates of the space agencies discussed in particular three main topics: management of natural resources and prevention of disasters, education capacity building, space partnerships. After an opening ceremony with the Argentinian Minister of Research, Technology and Innovations, three keynote speakers took the floor on the three main topics, mainly John Werner, the Director General of the European Space Agency, Raul Kulichevsky, the Executive Director of CONAE, and Rosa Maria Ramirez, the former chair of the UNCOPOS at the United Nations. So in Buenos Aires, the delegations adopted the Buenos Aires page, which was added to the Trento Statement and the Nairobi page. The manifesto underlined the necessity to increase the regional space networking, in particular with academia and university. They also stressed the necessity to increase space curricula and space capacity building programs. And finally, they discussed on the opportunity to create a regional space agency. The second day of the forum, the delegations visited the space base of CONAE in Cordoba, the Teófilo Tabanero Space Center, a main space ground segment in Latin America, where there is also the receiving station of the CIASG data. CIASG is the Italian Argentina Earth Observation Radar System satellite, focused on the prevention, mitigation, and management of natural disasters and big risks, in particular on Latin American region. You can find, however, all details related to the International Space Forum 2018, the Latin American Caribbean chapter, so statement, programs, Buenos Aires page, and the final report on the IF website. Okay. The next one, please. Okay, thanks. Now we are preparing the fourth International Space Forum 2019 at ministerial level, focused on the Mediterranean region, which will take place in Reggio Calabria on September 5th, with the title Space Technology and Application Meet Mediterranean Needs. For the first time, a university, the Mediterranean University of Reggio Calabria, is one of the three organizers, together with IF and the Italian Space Agency. The purpose of the new International Space Forum is the involvement of academia and university of the Mediterranean region in space programs, the promotion of space education and capacity building to increase socio-economic benefit in the region, the promotion of the regional space cooperation among all players involved, and finally, to contribute to the United Nations Agenda 2030 for the sustainable development. As I mentioned before, the three organizers this year are the International Astronautical Federation, the University Mediterranea of Reggio Calabria, and the Italian Space Agency. All interested sponsors are welcome. This year, three topics will be discussed by the governmental delegations, mainly maritime surveillance, blue economy, space education, cooperation, and scientific knowledge. We are in the selection progress to choose three experts for the three keynote speeches on the three above topics. And who are the invited? Whole Mediterranean countries, national space agencies around the world, representatives of international space organizations and national space agencies, and representatives of the universities of the region. With regard to the social event and program, a welcome reception will take place at the Archaeological Museum of Reggio Calabria the evening before the Forum Day on September 4th. The Reggio Calabria Museum is well known for the famous wonderful bronzes of Riace that you can see in the next slide. The gala dinner on September 5th, the same evening of the forum, will be offered to the distinguished guests by the local authorities. And finally, we are still defining an optional technical tour in Italy. Thanking you for your attention, I cannot conclude my presentation without these two wonderful bronzes of Riace staying in the Reggio Calabria Museum that will welcome you in Reggio Calabria on September 5th. So, thank you.